Today I'm combining a sketch from Kendra's Card Challenge 21, TapeRunner adhesive, some really pretty floral paper to make this quick and easy happy birthday card. Hey, it's Beth. Welcome. Today I'm excited to be part of a collaboration between Kendra's Card Challenge 21 and TapeRunner. So there's a playlist linked in the description box below, and there are design team members from both Kendra's Card Challenge 21 and TapeRunner. We are using KCC21 sketches along with the TapeRunner adhesive to create some fun cards. So please be sure to check that link out for the playlist in the description box below. Today I am going to be using sketch 9 from KCC21, and I have a sheet of paper from this older Fun Stamper's Journey Follow Your Heart prints, so I'm going to be using that to create my card. So let's get crafting. I'm working with just one sheet of pattern paper today, and it is double-sided, so I'm going to utilize both sides of my paper. And that way I know that the colors coordinate really well. I liked the contrast of the florals and the diagonal stripes. And so I'm able to take advantage of both sides I only needed 2 sheets of the pattern paper for my sketch 9. And then I will have some scraps left over that you will see how I use those a little bit later on. I found a card mat size piece of this green, kind of like a mossy green, that worked really well with the green that was in the pattern, but I could only find one. And so I also wanted to use it for the mat that goes behind the kind of like, it's a square, but it's turned to look like a diamond on the, like in the that larger section of the top of the card. And so I am just going to harvest that 2.5-inch square out of the center of my top portion. So this will be covered by that larger piece of pattern paper. I just used my ruler to measure out my 2.5-inch square, and then I'm going to use my trimmer to come in and cut just that square out. And that way I can get my smaller mat out of there as well and not have to go trying to find something else that would be close. So like I said, this is a collaboration with TapeRunner. TapeRunner offers a variety of different adhesives. They're all photo safe. They have different types of the runner adhesives. I believe they've got some wet glue, refillable options. So it's a great kind of affordable and practical adhesive to use for your paper crafting. I know a lot of people use them, so I'm excited to be partnering with them today. And I'm also partnering with one of their design team members, Reagan Zick. I will have her TapeRunner coupon code linked in the description box below for you. So if you want to try out TapeRunner, you can with her code and save 10%. I also have a link to the Kendra's Card Challenge in the description box below, and then I have a link for if you would like to sign up for Kendra's Patreon membership, where you can get additional benefits like mystery card kits, samplers, free printable monthly printables and things like that. I will have my code linked in the description box below, where you can save 10% on your first month or first year. So description boxes always hold a lot of information. I'll also have the link to the products that I'm using. I don't know if the pad's still available, but I'll link the other products that I can find. So I've just added adhesive around the part of the cardstock here that I didn't cut out. And by the way, this video is pretty much real time except for the fussing cutting part that will be coming up. So this card went together like super quick and easy. We'll put down this larger square piece that will cover up my square there in the center. And if you're new to Kendra's Card Challenges, I should probably explain that as well. Cards by Kendra puts out a quarterly PDF that includes cutting guides and card sketches that help you turn 6x6 sheets of pattern paper into 15 cards. So like I said, she gives you instructions on how to cut the papers, and then you have the sketches to make the cards, and you end up with no scraps left over for those 6 sheets of pattern paper. So that is always a win in my book. And then she has opportunities for prizes if you submit photos of your cards as well. You can make all 15 cards at one time, or you can, make one at a time. The sketches do have individual, like they have measurements on each individual sketch, which is what I'm using to make my card today, since I didn't want to cut down 6 sheets just to make my one card. I have it's a birthday stamp set from Brass and Bliss, and so I'm just going to turn my square here kind of into like diamond oriented, and then we'll stamp my happy birthday. Like this one fit perfect into, I think it's a 2-inch square is what this one is. So I will stamp that right there in the center. And then can go ahead and add that to my mat. The ink did seem to dry pretty quick, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it over, add my TapeRunner adhesive onto the back of my little square, adhere that to the mat. And then we'll adhere the mat to my card. I mentioned benefits from Kendra's card challenge, and there's all kinds of chances to win prizes as well. Like I said, you can upload photos of your cards. You can upload one photo per month of like a full set of the 15 cards onto her link party page. And there are QR codes for those on the PDF printable. You can, like I said, enter once per month. So January, February, and March would be the times you could enter for KCC21. And then you can also upload photos to her Facebook group for chances to be included in her kind of like monthly highlights and additional chances to win prizes. So I'm using one of the scraps from the pattern paper, and I am going to fussy cut out flowers to use to embellish my card. So this part is sped up, so you don't have to sit there and watch me fussy cut forever, but I did want to show you like how easy it is to sometimes just take one sheet of pattern paper and use it in several different ways to make a card that has different patterns, different levels of interest. I cut one that was on the corner, one flower from the corner of the paper, and I added that to the bottom of my diamond square there in the center, just because my stamp did kind of have to go up more towards the top because in order to fit the word birthday on there. And so I just filled in that space with one of the flowers from the corner, and then fussy cut 2 of the other flowers that I'm just going to layer down here on this bottom strip. And then I love that the TapeRunner is like small enough that I can even use it on like some of these smaller elements that I'm adding to my card. So TapeRunner was the only adhesive I used on my card. I was able to use it in a couple different ways. So I love the convenience of that. So thinking about this card, I used 1 sheet of pattern paper, my card base, a scrap sheet of cardstock for my mat, and then my TapeRunner adhesive and my scissors and a stamp. And that was really all it took. So card making does not have to be tool or product intensive. It can just be, as simple as this as well. So finishing off my card, I used another bit of scrap from what I had left over of my pattern paper, and I'm just going to put that on the inside of the card, and then my card will be complete. Here's my finished card. I was able to use the tape runner on even the small little pieces of the flowers that I fussy cut, so that was amazing. I love how this card came together. Thank you, TapeRunner, for working with us with the Kendra's Card Challenge design team. And be sure to check for the links in the description box below. And I thank all of you for your time, and I hope you all have a very crafty day.